I would line up two inside the door and two outside the door. And just remind everybody that the nose of the aircraft is flying into the relative wind. So if we're going to sit fly, we need to get up with our feet. Our long axis, say our spine, needs to roughly align with the long axis of the plane right after we leave. So the most challenging spot there is front of the door outside. Yeah, the two outside slots are slightly harder than the two inside slots. The front of the door is the most challenging. The back of the door, they can kind of like right hand on the bar, right foot on the floor of the plane, and lean back. And so they can get in a sit position and just like if you consider an axis of rotation through your hips, they're going to go from sort of standing in the back of the door. This foot is on the bottom of the plane, and they kind of lean back and put their feet into the wind as they go out. The two people that are inside the plane, their upper body, because you're crunched over being inside the otter that's not that tall or whatever your exit plane is, I guess. But a Caravan is very similar. You're hunched over. Your feet are in a sit fly position relative to the earth because the way the plane is flying. So really you just need to keep your torso hunched over the way it is, step out of the plane, and then bring your feet back to like if this is the edge of the door and I'm standing here, I'm hunched over in my upper body. When I get out, I need to bring my feet this way to go into show the bottoms of my feet to the nose of the airplane kind of. And the guy that's in the front of the door, the somewhat acrobatic spot, he's got to try to basically get over in a showing your right side to the earth. And then from standing on the edge of the door outside, get your feet up pretty quickly to ride that.
He comes out on his side a little bit.
Yeah, so like if it was me, I'd hold onto the bar with my left, take the guy in the rear with my right, assuming we're bringing it around, and then bring my left foot up as much as I could to put it into the wind before I even start. And then I'm standing just on my right, and then I match my right as soon as I let go.
You're already going to have that foot up in the air, like resting on the threshold. I mean the door, or on the outside of the plane.
Maybe up on the outside of the plane, maybe just lift it up. Just depends on what the grips are and what kind of pressure I'm feeling in that moment. But trying to get as close as I can to sitting before we leave. But then you got to push out a little bit too, which is again, there's a challenge to that front slot.
Usually you're going to be a little bit easier to pull off.
Yeah, in my opinion, the inside slots are fairly straightforward. Not that hard.
The inside, there's kind of one in the front, one in the back, right? Or either of those?
Yeah. The only thing that happens there is that the person that's in the back, so they're standing kind of next to each other, and this person's in the tail and this person's in the front, and this person needs to clear outside of the plane just a little bit more, but they basically step out hip to hip and then just roll their feet into the wind the way we talked about. But yeah, that slot is not too bad.
And the person that's outside rear, what are they thinking about? What are they doing? What is their method or whatever?
Just leaning back for the most part.
Okay. Strong feet into the wind, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can lean back pretty far holding onto that bar, and then you just sort of bring your feet up, and it feels like you're back flying because your back is pointed towards the earth or mostly towards the earth. But you're sitting into the relative wind.
Yeah. Okay. Is it too complicated for you to describe the grips in that scenario?
So the front outside person, the slot that we said I would have, I would be holding the bar with my left. The back outside person would hold the bar with their right.